The grand archives of Vorthon stretched across 3 planetary systems, a monument to the accumulated knowledge of a civilization that had walked among the stars when Earth's continents were still forming. Ambassador Relic stood before the central display chamber, his chitinous plates clicking with barely contained excitement as he awaited the human delegation. Today would be historic. Today the Vorthon would finally prove their superiority to these upstart humans who had burst onto the galactic stage with their chaotic energy and unsettling habit of solving millennium-old problems in mere decades. The human delegation arrived punctually, another oddity, Krelix noted. Most species took centuries to learn proper temporal protocols. Leading them was Dr. Sarah Chen, a young xenoarchaeologist who couldn't have been more than 30 standard years old. Her eyes, disconcertingly direct in the human manner, swept across the vaulted chamber with undisguised curiosity. "Ambassador Krelix," she said, extending her hand in that peculiar human greeting. "Thank you for inviting us to view your most sacred relic." Krelix touched her hand briefly, still uncomfortable with the gesture. "The honor is ours, Dr. Chen. What you are about to witness has been the subject of Vorthon veneration for over 1 million cycles. We have spent countless generations attempting to understand its purpose, its mechanism, its very essence." He gestured to the containment field, and the chamber lights dimmed. A holographic countdown appeared, numbers descending in the Vorthon script. The other human delegates leaned forward, their expressions rapt with anticipation. The field shimmered and dissolved, revealing the artifact. It hung suspended in the exact center of the chamber, approximately 30 centimeters in diameter, constructed of an unknown crystalline material that seemed to fold space around itself. Fractal patterns danced across its surface, each iteration containing what appeared to be entire mathematical universes. At its core, a point of impossible darkness pulsed with a rhythm that matched no known cosmic constant. The Vorthon had discovered it on a dead world at the edge of the galaxy, buried beneath kilometers of fossilized ocean floor. Their best scientists estimated it predated the Vorthon civilization itself, perhaps even predated the formation of their home world. It generated a stable quantum field that violated at least 6 known physical laws. It contained computational power that exceeded the combined processing capability of every Vorthon AI. It was, quite simply, impossible. "Behold," Krelix intoned, "the eternal enigma. For 1,000,000 years we have sought to unlock its secrets. The greatest minds of our civilization have devoted their lives to its study. We believe it may be a key to understanding the fundamental nature of reality itself, perhaps left behind by the precursor race that—" Sarah Chen laughed. It wasn't a polite chuckle or a nervous titter. It was a full, genuine laugh that echoed through the sacred chamber like a physical assault. The Vorthon present recoiled in shock, their translator devices struggling to process the sheer audacity of the sound. Krelix felt his respiratory spiracles constrict. "Dr. Chen, I must insist that you show proper respect." I'm so sorry," Sarah said, wiping her eyes. She walked closer to the containment field, and Krelix noticed her hand had moved unconsciously to cover her mouth. "It's just—" "Oh my God. Ambassador, I don't know how to tell you this, but I made that." The chamber fell into absolute silence. Even the ambient hum of the archive system seemed to pause. "Impossible," Krelix managed. "This artifact predates your entire civilization by— No, I literally made that." "Well, one exactly like it. Junior year of high school. 2048. Mrs. Patterson's advanced physics class." Sarah was grinning now, an expression that Krelix had learned indicated human amusement rather than aggression. "We had to create a project demonstrating quantum entanglement and fractal geometry. I got a B+ on it because I forgot to cite my sources properly." She pulled out a human data tablet and began swiping through it. "Here, look. I still have the blueprints. I called it a recursive quantum tesseract. It's basically a stable quantum foam generator wrapped in a fractal field matrix. The hard part wasn't the physics, that's just undergraduate level stuff, really. It was getting the crystalline lattice to grow in the right configuration. I had to jerry-rig my dad's 3D printer and— Are you okay? You look like you're going to be sick." Krelix's world was tilting. One of his subordinates had collapsed, their breathing apparatus hissing emergency protocols. But the computational power, the quantum field stability, the violation of entropic principles— "Oh yeah, it does look impressive," Sarah admitted, studying the artifact with the critical eye of a creator examining their work. But it's actually pretty simple once you understand that space-time is more flexible than most people think. Humans figured that out back in the 2030s during the resonance cascade experiments. This is just an application of those principles. Honestly, half the kids in my class made something similar. Tommy Zhang's version could actually brew coffee. She paused, tilting her head. Wait, you said you found this on a dead world at the edge of the galaxy? Which sector? Relic provided the coordinates numbly. Sarah's expression shifted from amusement to something more thoughtful. That's exactly where the Venture Initiative disposed of Earth's educational demonstration projects in 2051. There was this whole scandal about space littering. They just dumped millions of student science projects in what they thought was empty space. She looked back at the eternal enigma with new eyes. I always wondered what happened to mine. I was kind of proud of it, actually. Even if Mrs. Patterson didn't think my bibliography was thorough enough. The head archivist, ancient even by Vorthon standards, spoke for the first time in decades. Do you mean to tell us that your civilization treats objects of this sophistication as children's schoolwork? I mean, it was AP Physics, Sarah said defensively. That's pretty advanced for a 16-year-old, and I did get a B+. Relic watched his civilization's greatest mystery, the focus of 1,000,000 years of worship and study, hang innocently in its containment field. Somewhere in the back of his mind, he understood that the galaxy had just fundamentally shifted. Humanity hadn't just arrived on the galactic stage. They'd apparently been leaving their fingerprints on it decades before anyone else had noticed. Dr. Chen, he said slowly, do you still have the assignment requirements for this project? She brightened. Sure. Do you want me to send them over? Fair warning, though. Mrs. Patterson was a pretty tough grader. In the grand archives of Vorthon, in a chamber dedicated to their most sacred mystery, Ambassador Relic experienced something his species had not felt in 1,000,000 years. The humbling realization that in the vast cosmos, there was always someone younger, stranger, and more terrifyingly casual about rewriting the laws of physics. And they gave her a B+.